Okay, Mare, so what do sparkles have to do with intuitive adjustments?
Well, first you have to put them on. I think it should be a prerequisite that you have to wear sparkles to do intuitive adjustments.
Okay, so how do you explain what are intuitive adjustments?
I know, this is a good question.
I know.
The intuitive part of it, I mean, we use that word intuitive because it's identifying that there's listening going on, that there's a tuning in, and that it's not something that's happening as a fix-it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So intuitive adjustments, we're specifically relating it to the yoga practice on a fundamental level. It's an entry point.
Mm-hmm.
And the intuitive part of it is helping us as individuals to tap in beyond our 5 physical senses to see how we could enhance someone's experience in their body. And we're all spiritual beings manifested in physical form. And I think that most of us forget that, or we're not in conscious awareness of that on a regular basis. An intuitive adjustment is like a stimulus package. So that when you get touched, let's say by me or by, like if you're coming in to give someone what we call an intuitive adjustment, it really is more like an enhancement, a bolstering of their experience to support them in feeling their own connection to the Creator, to feel the beauty, the innocence, the majesty of their own selves in their physical form. And we're just creating a safe, sacred invitation for them to access remembering that, to remember the truth of who we are, and to feel like intuitive adjustment is like a salve. It's a healing salve of a human touch that gives us permission to dissolve our barriers that cut us off from that flow of love that is coming to us and through us all the time. And it's a permission giver that says, yes, taste this. It's here now. Like, savor the nectar of this connection that you have to something that's so much bigger than you, but that's pulsing through you also. And it's just phenomenal. It's so fundamental on one level of the basics that we teach in the art of intuitive adjustments and the foundational concepts. It's very basic, and if somebody looking at it were to observe, they might say like, oh, well, that's just a very basic hand placement. But when you're on the receiving end of it, it's altering. You are altered because the giver is tapping in. It's like plugging into a current of high vibrational love. And this is the prerequisite. So we teach this. We teach people how to get into that connection, to feel that flow. What is that? Why, if it is ongoing all the time, how come I'm not feeling it? So it's a practice to be there, to be in sacred space. Mm-hmm. And then when the giver, whether it's an instructor or whomever, when the giver's in that place and they're being that clear conduit, the receiver is undoubtedly able to access at their own level, at their own capacity. So it's not forcing, it's not even saying, come on, get it, aren't you feeling it? It's just an open invitation for people to tap in. And it's like, here is the spring, the wellspring of love's nectar, and it's here for you to taste and savor it, and it's right there within them. And that's what's the magical part of it. And then as a giver, when our receiver is tapping into that, it's like, are you feeling that? Yes. Whoa. So exponential, like everyone is receiving more.
Yeah.
So like 2 are receiving, but it's not just 2. It's an awareness of a sacred, living, loving presence that is here. And it's non-physical, but we're also experiencing it in the physical realm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, how is that when you can really feel them dropping into their own experience because your hands are on them? Like, can you feel it when someone's really dropping in? Or is it the same when you put your hands on somebody?
it's huge when somebody is very receptive, and when their armor starts to dissolve. For sure, I can feel it, and it's humbling, and I feel a huge amount of honor to be a witness of that. It is like being given a precious jewel or a gem that somebody's delivered to you, but it's their own beingness. And so the pretenses of who we think we are, of who we've been conditioned to be, it's like all of that melts away, and what's left is a radiance. It's just something very reverential. I feel honored to witness another human being in that way, and it becomes a practice for me of how I condition myself to not see with love's eyes. So it's like an enhancement of my own experience. When I'm giving, I'm actually getting shown and taught.
And what about the whole concept of, connection without words?
For anyone listening, that might be like, yeah, how do I do this? And that trust and practice. Practice is huge. And so the realm of no words, to me even, is like, that is the ultimate practice, is to be able to navigate in the energetic realm, because we're always sending signals by what we're saying, and even more by what we're not saying. So as an instructor, it takes practice to tune into that. It's tuning in to that, almost like what people would call their sixth sense. So this is the other realm of intuitive part of it, where I'm asking for guidance every step of the way. I'm asking for permission, not necessarily just from the person, but I'm asking for guidance for my higher self, for my celestial support team, for the Creator, for angels, for whatever it is that works, for each one of us, to support me, to bolster me in communicating, to being the clear conduit for love's entrance into my own body and through my hands. I mean, quite simply, we talk about letting the heart, our hands be an extension of the heart. Very fundamental, very practical. It's like, if I practice that, it's like fake it till you make it. And now it feels real. It's a real experience of being able to communicate, knowing that my intention is clear to touch somebody in the way of speaking non-verbally, as if love were present. And that's the realm of no words. Like, not even just like, well, what would love do here? But listening, like, how does love speak? How does love communicate? And then letting my body be the gesture of that without any words.